So VirtualBox by default does not carry over Wi-Fi adapters as Wi-Fi adapters. It's not built to be able to do that. So when you have a wireless adapter on your system and you're booting up any VM, that wireless adapter is going to be seen as a physical NIC. So a physical card, if you will. So when you boot the system, you're not going to have access to the wireless features. So there's good news about that and there's bad news about that. The good news, we can get around that and we can get Kali in this instance to function with a Wi-Fi card and be able to perform Wi-Fi attacks and reconnaissance and all those fun things. The bad news, you will have to make an additional purchase, but it's a very inexpensive purchase. For example, here's the card I'm using. I did my homework and looked to make sure that this was going to be compatible. Right here, Kali Linux. That jumped right out, obviously. Pretty much, I mean, it supports all the major operating systems. The other thing I did when I was selecting this, and I do this with a lot of products, is I just went down here and I searched for VM. I wanted to see if anybody left a review on whether or not this works with a virtual machine. And right here, Kali Linux guest works with Kali Linux. That was all I needed to see. Then I purchased the card. So it was only, what, 17 bucks. So very inexpensive purchase, which will give you a lot of opportunity in terms of wireless hacking and stuff in Kali. So I'm going to close out of here. I'm going to show you how we would use this. So being that we can't port our internal Wi-Fi card over, the next best thing is that external wireless adapter. So I plugged in the USB, and there's one change I had to make to the Kali VM. So if we go into our settings here, and it's not in network where you would think it would be, it's actually in USB. So I'm using USB 3 controller, and here's the Wi-Fi adapter. You just have to click the plus here and add the external adapter. And then once we boot up Kali, you will see that we now have a wireless adapter. So that's the first step. So that's getting the Wi-Fi adapter into the system. However, we are not at this point utilizing that adapter. We're not connected to any Wi-Fi networks. Our state is down. We could do that, further down the road in terms of attacks if you wanted to crack a network, which obviously you don't want to crack anybody's network. This is your own isolated environment we're talking about here, or just joining your own Wi-Fi for whatever reason. My purpose was to run Wi-Fi hacking tools and reconnaissance tools. So let's use it for that purpose. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get this wireless adapter into monitoring mode. As it stands right now, this adapter will not be able to monitor the network and see SSIDs and devices that are out there. So let's start with that. We need to sudo up. We're going to use airmon-ng, and we are going to start. I'm getting ahead of us there. I love the history. It's very helpful sometimes. I sometimes actually export my history so I don't forget commands after you do so much stuff. If something happens and history becomes corrupt, it's like, what command did I use for that? So I kind of usually make that a practice where I export that and hold on to it because I've had to use it several times. It's come in really handy. So anyway, so airmon-ng start WLAN 0. What we're going to do here is we're going to start the WLAN 0 interface in monitoring mode. And we need to put our password in there for the elevated access. So here we are. So we have put it in monitoring mode. It's gone from WLAN 0 to WLAN 0 mon. And let's verify that. So here we are, WLAN 0 mon. So the adapter is now in monitoring mode. So now the next step is really any hacking utility you want to use, any wireless utility that you want to use. I'm going to use Kismet for this example because it's really going to give you a good display of what's going on. Once you put this card into monitoring mode, a lot of these tools are command line based, and I just think the visual represents what this mode is doing better than some of the command line tools. So I am going to we're going to use sudo for this because it needs elevated access to be able to monitor. So we're going to I have their command there already. Kismet -c is telling Kismet this is the interface that we want to listen on. And once we hit enter, we're going to see SSIDs, even hidden SSIDs. That's a big misnomer. When you hide an SSID, tools like this can still find it. We're going to see SSIDs, we're going to see devices. We're really going to get a good look at what Kismet is doing and what it's monitoring now that we've put this card into monitor mode. And just like that, we are now in Kismet. So Kismet displays a lot of information. We've got device information, the type of device, the physical wireless uh, type. We've got channel information, we've got frequency information, we've got data, packets that are being sent and received, the size of the packets. We can go directly into SSIDs, where we can see the encryption type. This does expose hidden SSIDs. As I said before, you're not safe when you hide your SSID. Tools like Kismet are still capable of finding those SSIDs and exposing them because there is a beacon still sent out when you hide the SSID that Kismet is able to pick up, and among other wireless tools. So, and if we go back in the devices, you could drill down to devices SSIDs. You could drill down for even further information. Let's just pick a random device. So here we've got a particular device. We could see the packet types, the total packets sent and received. We can see the direction of the packets. We could drill down for even more information. We can go to packet graphs. So there's a lot to be seen here. So this was just a quick and dirty demo on how to get your Wi-Fi adapter or get a Wi-Fi adapter working on Kali Linux through VirtualBox specifically. I don't know, other VM solutions. I'm sure it's similar in terms of how it's done, but I use VirtualBox, so that's what I'm familiar with. That's what I use on a regular basis. So that's how it's done in VirtualBox. So hopefully this helps somebody out. I know, for a while I was on the struggle bus with this. I was like, why is my adapter not being seen? So I did research, and this is what I found in terms of getting the adapter to actually an adapter to actually work. I keep saying the adapter. It will not work with your hard-coded adapter. I try to find workarounds and ways. I was thinking to myself, there's got to be a way that it can see that it's a wireless adapter, but no, there's not. At least not that I know. If somebody knows a way, that'd be awesome. Post a link. I'd be really curious to check that out for sure, because I banged my head against a wall for a while with that, and over a $17 purchase. I mean, really, that's not much money at all. I just was thinking, oh, I have to have another device plugged in, taking up my USB ports. So I was hell bent on trying to get my internal adapter to work, uh, but this did work. So hopefully this helps somebody else that's out there struggling the same as I was. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.